All right, so here I am. Everyone says I like my beard because I do this. It's very beardy, I say to them. But here I am in the middle of packing and everything, and no matter what video I post, people are always asking about Project Dually. Agreed, it has been a very long time since I've done a Dually update, and there is a reason for that. There's multiple factors that go into Project Dually. A, because I've been doing so much and it's just a hobby thing, right? But you guys are included. Also, I had to wait for a special part to get here. Oh, a special part, they say. I didn't really want to advance in the build yet because there was something we had to incorporate into Project Dually. It's something that, you know, I'm going to mention this. Some of these guys out there, some of fans, send me stuff to use in my videos, hey? Handmade things, wheel covers, tents, definitely little bungee straps, you know, scale accessories that I've used in the past and you'll see me use still in the future. Carl sent me something interesting. A young fella, about 15 years old. I couldn't believe it when I saw this. It was absolutely stunning. And if we're talking about Project Dually, then we might as well do something. Even though you can see my place is a mess, check it. Because I'm trying to pack this room, which is like tons of stuff, plus the rest of the house and everything else. And then after today, we won't see another Project Dually update video until probably mid-October because of the whole move and everything. So this is it, folks. But this is totally worth it, okay? Topkick still needs to be ground out around here. Still need to get that perfect. That's secondary. I'm not worried about that. Everything's looking good. Somebody asked me, am I concerned that there is a bit of a lower bend to this, you know, because I'm going to get it caught on things. Yes. I had tried to lift this up, but the structure of the truck doesn't allow for it. So what I'm going to do, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. This is going to be looked at though. It doesn't bother me because I don't really plan on going head on into rocks, and it does give me quite a bit of clearance in there, at least 1.25 inches. So I'm in there, good servo, everything's looking pretty much the same, guys. I've just been way too busy, but you wanted to see more of Dually, and I see why. People ask me how I did the dualies. Guys, check it out. I know I covered it in a different video, but all this is are two rims. One's bored out so I could get to the internal hex lock nuts in there. But this is actually just a nut and bolt setup. Have a look on the inside. I bolted two tires together, one on either side. You can see the other bolt right in there. So you get the idea. Bolt them together. 1, 2, and then they stay together. You can also see these are the tires that I did the poor man's mod on to give it a bit more traction. I cut every second nubbin of these flat iron tires. Definitely a big fat bonus. If you're nervous, my buddy Dale McAmmond there was saying he was nervous about cutting it. Don't be nervous. Get in there. Just don't cut too close. Don't cut too far down. You don't want to cut a hole in it. And even if you do, you've already, you know, most people drill the rims or cut the tires to let the air in and out. In this case, this is a problem. I'm starting to see this is a problem. Stiffer foams, yes. Or, again, we're going to talk about this in a few minutes. So, for those who haven't seen the project, you're in awe right now, I'm sure. This is an extended frame. This is actually an 8 scale frame by the BOYZ RC fabrication shop. They did that for me. I got a few things here. Forgot to tighten up the spur gear there when I was working on the transmission. Yeah, that's right. 4 motors, 2 transmissions. Everything is very clean, even though it looks jammed in there. These are Team Tekin 35 turns. Also 4 ESCs, 1, 2, 3, 4 off the front with a single receiver. But for the people that have seen this, you guys are already like, move on, let's see what the part. I agree, check that out. Just I was working on this earlier. Here, look at, you can even see it's much easier to see how the bolt job is done then, yeah? This is like this so far. Okay, check this out. Winch on the front. Everything's looking pretty fat. I like this. This is what Carl sent to me that's in the box. What's in the box? Check this out. Custom made. To my specifications. Here, I'm just going to put it over here. Give you too much of a close-up on my face. I'm going to turn this around so you guys can see it. It's not hooked up because there's something I have to do, but check out Project Overkill. Kablamo! Whoa, 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 whoa! Look at this. Look at this neatness. Can you believe this was made by a kid that was 15 years old? Look at this beveled edge on the bottom. So it scrapes flat and goes over for snow or dirt or anything. Check this out. His dad machined out a mounting plate for a servo so the shovel can move back and forth. Is that insane? Look at that. I asked for it to be black. You could get this in red, you can get this in anything, but check it out. Mr. Carl Schaefer, a young man who sells them on eBay when he has them in stock. I don't want to give out a link to him or anything like that because he's a young fella, but you know, I'm sure that if you looked for you know, go to the RCSparks forum, something, PM me, send me a message here, I'll figure something out. We'll try to do a follow-up video on contact or what his eBay store is, but check that out, folks. Now, is that worth it on the dually update video? I think so. This was totally worth waiting for. Good job, Carl. One of the things he's asked me to do, though, here's the one thing, the reason why I stopped doing everything. He needs me to figure out a way to get this to mount to the front axle. Okay? See how that is in there? So I'm pretty sure, obviously the steering is going to have to move behind or up or something, and there's only one thing I can think of doing that. That's why we were discussing this plate a little while earlier. And these tires. I'm going to have to go overkill on the tires. Not so big that it's stupid, but big enough that we're going to be able to manage this. Check out how big that is. My beard doesn't even hold anything on it. Okay, this is what I'm doing, but next time I work on Project Dually, it'll be in my new house, my new studio, my new garage. But until then, if you guys want to find out more about Project Dually, Project Overkill, head on over to the RCSparks studio, rcsparks.com. Hopefully I'll see you in the forums.